Hi, welcome back to another Diary of a Memory Keeper. I'm designer Jen Gallacher. So if you haven't been watching this series, it's a little vlog series about scrapbooking and me in general. And I've created a playlist here on my YouTube channel, so be sure to watch them. They're really short. And I share a little bit and I ask a question. So this week I thought I'd talk about the cameras that I use to photograph my subjects for my scrapbooks. And when I first started, it was a very, very simple over-the-counter digital camera. And I couldn't figure out why I could only take a few photos and then the battery would die. And the other thing that drove me crazy is if my kids were doing something like jumping off the diving board, I could never get that shot. There was something about the hesitancy in the camera that didn't allow me to capture them in the air. And it was driving me crazy. So I was an amateur, and I still am an amateur. I like to pretend I'm a professional with the cameras that I own, but I really am an amateur. But I stepped it up a little bit, asked lots of questions and did some research and made the jump to a digital SLR. And that's a single lens reflex. And honestly, I still use my cameras quite a bit in auto mode. I've taken photography classes and it hasn't quite clicked to me, so I'm letting the buttons do the work, and I've concentrated on composition and color and whether it's taken in the shade or in the sun, and that's where I've built my strength. I absolutely have a goal of learning more about photography, but the two cameras I have are two DSLRs, and I use a couple of different lenses, and I will share those above in text so that you can see which ones I specifically use. But if you're having camera troubles right now and you're having the hesitancy issue or the battery issues, that is a known issue with some of the lower grade cameras. Now you can bump it up a little bit and try a little bit nicer Canon or Nikon without making the jump to a digital SLR. But when you're ready, when you're at the complete frustration stage, I totally suggest that you look into a digital SLR. It makes all the difference, and it does so much of the work for you and gives you a gorgeous photograph. Also look for good lenses. I honestly have used my kit lens a lot. It has worked for me, and so I started with that and then added lenses as I went. But I'll discuss that in another vlog. But I wanted to share that today. So what are you currently shooting with? Share below what you're shooting with, why it works, and maybe what doesn't and what you would change about it. And let's discuss that a little bit in the comments below.